Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth, the 144, chosen of the chosen few. You all know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth. From my heart to yours, I am Celestial Earth in this divine cosmic event, energy, essence of it all, reporting to you live from nowhere other than dimension number 5. For those who are just coming into this fifth dimension, welcome. Take a look around, take a deep breath, look at the green essence, the heart chakra essence. When I say green, it's like a green ambiance that's going on, not to mention the green comet. So as usual, or I don't like to call it a comet because I know it's not a comet, our green cosmic messenger, our cosmic Jehudi, interstellar third eye object, whatever they want to call it. But that green trailblazer. This is us being here. We are here at the 3-day cosmic event that is taking place this entire weekend. So this is really a part 2 to the 3-day cosmic event video that I did previous. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, feel free to check it out as I bring you the news to infuse, if you so choose to infuse with this light on the light grid. And who don't want to light up on the light grid? Let's go. Let's light up. So I know there was a lot I had been sharing with you, so I got my notes with me because I want to kind of pick up on where I left off. And before I even go in, I want to make a correction. In that video, I did say something about a 12-year cycle. I didn't want to confuse anyone with that because I was like, 12 years? I meant 12 month. So 12-month cycle, meaning when I was speaking about the 1, 2, 3 and the closing of the 9th month in the 5D calendar. This is the end of our 9th month. The year is not over while everyone is still I don't want to say being fooled, but a lot of people are still using the Gregorian calendar, and that is an illusion too that is falling away. And for a lot of us have been recognizing this. A lot of us have been speaking on this and saying, hey, it's not I've seen so many videos come out about it, that's not the real new year, that April Fool's was, and whether you believe it was in April or March. If I tend to go with the cosmos of time. This is why the 5D calendar is in aligned with cosmic time and nature. And spring would be when we spring forth into the new year, hence being the spring equinox, also being the beginning of the cosmic calendar, starting with Aries. So you can kind of look at that as being the true timeline year. So with that said, that means that when we get to this point, when we get to December or the Sagittarius month, it is really the 9th month. And so this was, if you watch back the video, you'll see when I was talking about the 1, 2, 3. Let me see if I could get back to that notes just to kind of tie that in so you know what I'm talking about. Speaking about the code 3, and in doing so, I was pointing out that this is also a timeline transition with that is pointing out that it highlights the last quarter of a 12-month cycle, the cyclical year. And so it kind of closes that out by saying this is the 9th month, and we have 1, 2, 3 more months for the true entire 12-month cycle. So not 12-year cycle, but a 12-month cycle, right? And so for those on the 3D calendar, this 1, 2, 3 that is closing out is really your last quarter of that year. It is the respiriting time. So your fall is what is really used as a respiriting time, but it's really winter. Winter is when we hibernate. Winter is when we go within. Winter is when we tune into the darkest nights, right? This is why winter season comes at the day on the 21st, the solstice, when the sun is stillness of the sun for about 3 days and then rises. But that's a whole nother topic. So just to kind of correct that. And as that video closed out, I was talking about how it is time for us to remove things and release things out of our pain body. And the more that we do that, it ended right there. So I wanted to complete instead of leaving you with a cliffhanger, like, and so the more that we do that, the more we release, it is the more that we are in alignment with this ascension, with three eye atlas, third eye atlas, with blue star Kachina or Kalina, whatever it is that you may know it as, our interstellar consciousness, shared consciousness that is reminding us that we are all on one body of cosmic consciousness. It is tying it in for us as it comes its closest point to Earth. And I'd like to see that as it is bringing, tying everything in together, from passing Venus, passing Mars, the sun, amplifying it with the sun in between. And these are our personal planets. And also the masculine and feminine energy, which represents our receptive and creative activity, which is the modality of how our frequencies move, the mobility of our frequencies, of our vibrations, of our energies, how energy moves through time, space, reality, from space, time, and into time, space, reality, however you want to look at it. It is always through this activity of receptive, feminine, and creative, masculine, especially in particular to these time constricted places like Earth. So it interacts with our inner planets, and it's like it brings the messages. It's upgrading our entire solar system. It's upgrading Venus, Mars, exchanging information with the sun, while also upgrading with more. It's like, here you go, sun, here's some more, as if the sun is not already getting codes from the galactic center. So it integrates all of that, upgrades it, brings those messages, it passes closest to Earth, and it's like, here you go. And when you even look at it, when we say closest to Earth, it's not like it's here, it's like a distance. It's about the same distance of the sun, if not a little bit further. And that's its closest point that it comes to us as it continues on its trajectory towards being at closest to Jupiter. So as it passes us, it kind of looks like we're in a tripod, like the sun, Earth, and third eye atlas. So there's like a trine kind of happening with us and our soul, our star, our solar, our sun, our Solaris, and the third eye messenger. So there's that three again. See, I didn't even see that then. So this is to kind of bring that to mind. So what I was highlighting was the cosmic messenger, the new moon, which we spoke about, the new moon that happens right after. That's the next day. And so some of us are already lining up for the new moon energies. We're manifesting, we're bringing in, opening the crown, as I was mentioning in that video. And then with that new moon energy, another thing to note is that when the messenger passed Venus and Mars, it was around the full moon. So there's a culmination of something happening there. And then it gathers that, shares that information, and then integrates with us here at the new moon. So it is bringing something new. It is the new beginnings. It is opening up something new for Earth. The codes are opening up. They have already been, but it is to another degree now. It's taking it to another degree. And so as it passes Earth, there's definitely information being shared. It is definitely an exciting time, and it is bringing an unlocking, not just here and now. It's like past, present, future, which simultaneously exists, but it's clearing. It's helping us to clear timelines across the board, past lives, lifetimes, and not just even within this earth, but a connection within consciousness. Is having us be aware of this one mind consciousness, and not consciousness just in the mind, I'm awake, I'm conscious, not that kind of consciousness. We're talking about living consciousness, being the plant is a living consciousness, earth is a living consciousness, the universe in itself is consciousness that we come from to become the consciousness that we are. Faithfully, I didn't lose you somewhere there. But this is exciting because it's activating and having us remember that we are a part of the cosmic fabric in time. Can you feel that? Can you dig it? That's what I'm hearing. Like, can you dig it? And it's just raising the vibrations, raising the tempos and the vibrations, and it's all according to what we release. So if you're asking, like, well, what can I do? Release, recognize the illusions. We can do a lot of releasing, and we can recognize the illusions. Like this year, this is one of the major things. One of the illusions is not falling for, oh my God, this is the new year, and we get caught into beginning a new year when we're really, it's the beginning of the final cycle of the year. It's preparing you to go into a stillness, into a hibernation, into a reflectiveness, while preparing for the true new year in spring. So that's one of the illusions we can break out of and stop saying, happy new year, or oh, let's do this before we get into the new year. Let's not force anything. Let's take our time. Let's bask in these frequencies and these energies and marinate in it for the next 3 months, so we can take the time to continue to release what we need to release as it continues to help upgrade us on its way to Jupiter, taking us into that expansion, right? Which, when we get to that point in time, will be in the going from the throat chakra season into the third eye. So expanding us on a whole nother level, even through our third eye experience, because we're now in the heart chakra season, about to enter into the throat. So allow this to expand your heart. What you can do is heart activation. Breathe in, inhale, and allow your heart to expand, your capacity of compassion to expand, your love frequency, so that you find yourself in love, as Whitney Houston said, right? Find your strength and yourself in love. And that is without judgment, without condemnation, without beating on yourself, and just really allowing yourself to be. And that's what's going to help with this new moon. You want to manifest these frequencies that are coming in by releasing and letting go, detaching from unhealed wounds, the pain body, all of that. Paying attention to your energy centers as the knock, 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 the doorways to your consciousness. Ashe? So with that, that's what you can do with the new moon. The third thing that I didn't get to go into was the winter solstice. And that is 12/21, which closes out our vortex, the 12/12 to 12/21 vortex. So that in itself is another gateway. 12/21, that is a huge gateway as we are birthed into this ego death experience, because that's what the solstice is. This is why our ancient ones talk about, oh, this is when the sun died, but it's not that the sun literally dies, but because of the position and the whole astronomy of it. I don't want to go too deep into the science of it, but the science has an explanation of it. So in this stillness, it is the longest night. It is said to be the longest night. Shortest day, longest night. And so that means we're in dark this is where they probably get the 3 days of darkness, because for 3 days it's at that stillness, and then we begin moving, or they say the sun is born, right? Which is sun rising, the true sun rising. Or instead of Christ Mass, it's when you are risen into your Christ consciousness, because you have allowed the sun. When you're in more darkness, you are not darkness in a bad way, but wisdom, the unknown, the void, the wisdom, the receptive energy, the receptive activity, which is the feminine energy. It is in an abundance in that moment. It's for us to really marinate in that wisdom and allow the ego death is allowing that sun. The sun represents in your consciousness the conscious phase of mind. So allowing that to rest, be at rest, and allow the wisdom to come in. So put all of that overthinking and knowledge, so to speak, to a rest. so that you can be receptive feminine energy and adhere to what is happening around you, to take in the wisdoms of the night, the dark night of the soul, right? And for 3 days, that is that 3 days of darkness. So you may hear some people talking about, oh, this flash and 3 days of darkness. A flash is a flash of enlightenment, a flash for miles, as my daughter would say. I love that phrase. It's a flash for miles. So you get this burst, just like the sun gives these solar flares. It's like a flash. And then when you get that flash, it's almost like it blinds you. Think about that. The flash blinds you. So you're in a moment of darkness. So there's that 3 again. 3 is a creative completion. So you get this flash and then you need about 3 days of darkness. So kind of look at it like that. That winter solstice is like another flash. Even though it is when it is said that the sun becomes still, but it's like a flash for us. And then within those 3 days, there's your 3 dark nights. And then you move forward. And so what you can do with these 3 days, what I would suggest is fasting in any way possible, in any way, from anything, from scrolling, from behaviors, from thinking. I've been saying this: fast in any way possible, drink a lot of water, meditate, ground, sit by bodies of water. All of this is important. Ask yourself the important questions. What am I willing to let go? What is the story that I no longer want to hold on to? And see what that, allow it to intuitively come up to you, and asking yourself, what is it that I need? What is it that I no longer need? What is it that the energies have been telling you to release and let go of and get rid of? And so you can sit in this for 3 days. 3 days, meditate, write down, journal, and write down what you no longer need. Write down what you can feel that is a divine inspiration and a divine idea that is being poured into you. Ask yourself, what are the divine ideas that have been looming around in my crown chakra that I need to now let come in to the creative process of my soul? So this is really unlocking so much. And our third eye atlas is, I definitely want to go in deeper. I'm going to have to do different videos, break it up, because it's exciting to see. I'm seeing more of the connection of what has been happening in the interplay with Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and how it's helping us move from old stories individually and collectively as a people, all the way from the age of the ram, helping us to undo the shadows of the age of the ram, the shadows of the Piscean age, so that we can enter into the Aquarian age with clarity and take full advantage without falling into the shadows of the Aquarian age, which is knowing all this information but doing nothing with it and hoarding it, or getting lost in the technology of the information, things like that. It's helping us to be responsible. This is needed. And this cosmic messenger is helping us on our ecliptic plane to have that spiritual